So where do devil fruits come from? What is the sacred treasure of Mariejois? Why was God Valley so important? And why is Smoker always smoking? All right, the last one is a little bit of a joke, but it's a little bit related to this theory, so stick with me here. What if I told you that we knew the answers to most of these questions, and Oda has basically been giving us little hints and clues throughout the series of One Piece, and I figured it out. Who am I? It's your boy Gabe the Champ, here to bring you some weekly One Piece content. And so let's dive into the theory. So during the Dressrosa arc, Doflamingo talks about a national treasure that is hidden within the holy land of Mariejois, and its very existence would shake the world. He also revealed that with this power, along with the immortality from the Opi Opi no Mi, that he would be able to rule the world. The next mention of this secret treasure is once again from Doflamingo, this time when he's in Impel Down during the Reverie arc, and he has this monologue about how he has the knowledge of the hidden treasure of Mariejois. And he basically says, just let the secret out. Power has such a short shelf life. It goes bad very quickly. In anime, I think they said something about rotting. Could he potentially be talking about fruits? So from what we know, devil fruits exist in a cycle of reincarnation, and they typically regenerate into a nearby fruit after said user of the devil fruit dies. But it's like one of those paradoxes. What came first, the chicken or the egg? But anyways, what we actually do know so far, we can kind of get some information from artificial devil fruits. So when we're first introduced to artificial devil fruits, we see that they're regular fruit growing from a tree. And when the SAD is added to the tree and the fruits are properly groomed, we get a smile devil fruit. Now the important thing here is that the fruits are growing from trees. The trees are pretty important because this is where the idea basically sprouted from, no pun intended. But it can basically be speculated that devil fruits originally grew from a tree, right? Now there's definitely no doubt that trees play a pretty important role in the story of One Piece. Some examples would be the Adam tree that was growing in Fishman Island, the trees that were important to the Shandians in Skypiea. We also have the Tree of Knowledge on the island of Ohara. There's also this giant tree on Elbaf that we haven't even seen the whole thing yet. And there's definitely a few more that I can't think of right now. So hear this idea out. What if there was a special tree where all of devil fruits originated from? What if this special tree was actually on the island of God Valley? And now what if during the God Valley incident, this special tree was taken by the world government and brought to Mariejois? We're gonna come back to the God Valley incident, but let's stick with the tree and devil fruits for now. What's up guys? Future Gabe here. So while I was editing the video, I actually went back and I was doing some rereading of the chapters, and then I actually stumbled upon one of the original writings of Romance Dawn. Oda had actually rewrote the first chapter a couple of times, and finding the original version of Romance Dawn, I stumbled upon what may be the answer to the question. So what if Oda actually had a name for this special devil fruit that I'm talking about in this theory? And what if the special name of this devil fruit tree is the illusion tree? So saw this in chapter 0, or chapter, not really chapter 0, chapter 1, the original chapter 1, 1.5. I forgot what it was actually titled, but I'll definitely put it in the video as well, so you're probably seeing it right now as I'm talking. But but yeah, this is truly amazing that this may be something that Oda thought about a long time ago and decided to re-put it in the story, but he removed the name of the devil fruit tree so that he can keep it as a huge payoff much later on down the line. So definitely look out for that. So going forward in the video, when you hear me saying special devil fruit tree, just replace that in your mind with the illusion tree. So definitely continue to enjoy. So now, why would this devil fruit tree be so important, you ask? basically it's really where all devil fruits were naturally grown. Like I mentioned before, typically when a devil fruit user dies, the ability of their devil fruit gets transferred or reincarnated into another fruit that is nearby. But there are still plenty of devil fruits that have yet to be discovered. Why is that the case? During the Enies Lobby arc, we saw that Spandam was talking to Kaku and Khalifa after he gave them their devil fruits and said that he was unaware of what abilities that they would get, but they would figure that out after they ate the devil fruits. We can kind of speculate that there are plenty more devil fruits that the world government is not aware of. And this would be possible if there are devil fruits that are growing from this tree and you don't know exactly what the ability has until someone eventually eats the fruit. But before we dive any deeper, we definitely have to discuss what devil fruits really are and how they give their users their abilities. Let's say that devil fruits have their own soul or will, like a person. Now, the importance of this tree comes in when it takes the energy or the soul of the devil and condense it into this fruit. Basically something similar like what we discussed with the smile fruits earlier. How Caesar was able to create the smile fruits was by taking the lineage factor from the animals to put it in the SAD, and then taking this SAD and adding it to these trees so that the fruits that grow from them gain new abilities. Another thing that we do know is that no two devil fruit abilities are the same. There are a few that are very similar, like take for instance the chill fruit and the snow fruit. One makes ice, one makes snow, very similar, but they're two different abilities altogether. Now that would be the same as saying that two souls are not the same. Two people can be very similar and you find someone that you can say that's like your soulmate, but no soul will be exactly identical to the other. However, it may be possible for souls to reincarnate if you believe in stuff like that. Oda possibly does. We see that there are plenty of Hindu and Buddhist references throughout the story. So maybe it's possible that reincarnation also exists in One Piece. We'll definitely save that one for another video. But basically, the way reincarnation would work is once that person dies, their soul wouldn't return back to the same body because now this body is old, or maybe it was completely destroyed, however the person died. So the soul now is going to be reborn into a brand new person, or if we're considering it just like devil fruits, born into a new fruit. But from what we understand throughout the whole story of One Piece, we've only understood devil fruits to be reincarnated without any source of origination. Basically, the user dies, the ability goes to another fruit, someone eats it, they gain that ability, and when that person dies, the ability goes to another fruit, and so on and so forth. Now, continuing with this line of thought, energy can never be destroyed, it can only be transferred. I think it was Isaac Newton or Albert Einstein that might have said that, but basically when we apply this to One Piece, we can see the similar things with souls. Take Big Mom's ability, for instance. She's able to take lifespan from others, or basically take some of their soul and apply it to either herself or to inanimate objects, which she calls her homies. Now, if we somewhat believe that devil fruits have a soul or potentially a will, then we can understand how, when you have certain inanimate objects that were fed devil fruit through Vegapunk's new science, how these inanimate objects can somewhat have a little bit of a personality. If you look at Fungfried or the dog from Alabasta, it seemed as though they were almost like they were real creatures, aside from the fact that they were just inanimate objects in the past that ate a devil fruit. So now let's say if you take the qualities of this devil fruit, or the will or the soul, and it mixes in with the person who ate this fruit, we can understand how potentially they'll take on the personality traits of the devil fruit that they just ate. Some examples for this would be Doflamingo, who ate the string fruit. He seems very manipulative, doesn't he? Then we've got Luffy, who ate the rubber fruit, and my man always bouncing back. And then you got Smoker, who ate the smoke fruit, and he's always smoking. But you get the picture. But this could potentially explain why the only way you can get the abilities from someone who ate a devil fruit is by killing them. So basically removing the connection that their soul has with the devil fruit that they ate. So now let's go back 800 years ago to God Valley. Let's assume that God Valley during this time was a part of the ancient kingdom. If the devil fruit tree was on God Valley, the 20 kings that formed the world government would have most likely wanted to take this power for themselves. Because we could assume that they would have most likely been aware of the devil fruit tree that was at God Valley. So they defeated the ancient kingdom, and then they claimed God Valley for themselves, along with the special devil fruit tree that was residing there. Now, they wanted to make sure that they kept this out of the hands of the ancient kingdom, and then they erased all of this from history. Now we fast forward to about 40 years ago when Roxy Zebek is a pirate. Somehow he gets wind of this information, and with his goal to take over the world, it's likely that he wanted to increase his military might, and he went to God Valley seeking the powers from this devil fruit tree. And now this is potentially how Big Mom, Shiki, Whitebeard, and Kaido the apprentice at this time all get their devil fruits. I also potentially believe that Rox also had a devil fruit, that being the Yami Yami no Mi. So after Rox was defeated at God Valley, the world government made sure to erase God Valley along with everything that happened there, and decided to move the devil fruit tree to Mariejois.
And the final clue that we have is when Spandam reveals that he got the devil fruits, he says that he got it through his connections, which would likely mean the 5 elders who answer only to Eam. And when we get Eam's reveal, it's interesting that Eam is seen to be in some type of forest or garden where a devil fruit tree would most likely thrive.
And this is where we now have the sacred treasure of Mariejois, which is the special devil fruit tree that they don't want anyone to know about. Now let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about this special devil fruit tree? Do you think it's possible that all devil fruits originated from one place? Definitely leave your comments down below. It's been your boy Gabe the Champ. Peace.